Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships with your host Mishan. I do apologize for the long time since my last video. I've been busy with some real life stuff. Nothing serious, just didn't really have the time to put up videos and to play too much, so I figured it wasn't, I just couldn't make time for it. I do apologize for that. But it's a good day, it's a pretty good day to get back to it because it would appear that Wargaming has released, or have they? No, they haven't. No, they're going to release the Transylvania, the other operation essentially. As you may know or may not know, this operation, Saving Transylvania, is the previous operation. It is the operation from last year's Halloween. So everyone was like, okay, it's a nice operation, we like it, but it's kind of like we know that one. I'm not gonna go through this. To be honest, if I'm not playing with a division of people who actually know what they're doing, I don't really bother with operations. It's just not worth it. Especially same Transylvania is an especially difficult um, operation to complete. It's surprisingly difficult. But we're not here to talk about that. I'm gonna go right back to it and play a game in my Taiho, just because I really, as you may have noticed by now, really love my Taiho. Honestly, like this is there are no words to describe how much I enjoy playing my Taiho. Let me just make sure I have the flags, captain. Yep. All right. And I'll try to make this a somewhat educational video. I promise absolutely nothing, as you may or may not know already. These are purely random games I'm playing, live recording and everything, so um, I might, have time and be like, oh, I could take it easy on this one. Or I might be up against someone really good and be pissed off and like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And that also has some amusement value. Let's see what we have. All right. So first things first. Always, any game you play with any carrier, you want to be paying attention to the cruisers. What cruisers does the enemy have? A Des Moines, a Moskva, and a Neptune. That's probably the three most prominent um, AA cruisers in the game. Like, I guess you can either have a Neptune or a Minotaur, but the Neptune has pretty much as good as, well, not exactly as good, but very strong AA, better than the Moskva. So yeah, that's gonna be an issue, especially if they're all AA spec, and they should be. So what else do we have? We have an S. That's the second thing you want to be noticing or paying attention to more like. Let me just switch this up a bit, change the audio levels a bit. We bit, not much. There we go. So, second thing, Essex. I'm not familiar with this guy. I don't know. He might be a super unicum with an 80% win rate, and he might be a squab with like 40% win rate. I don't know. Until proven otherwise, he's a unicum. If I see him playing like an absolute tosh, then he's a tosh. So, um, as a carrier, your responsibility is very clear. You kill the destroyers, and then you try and spot the enemy team for the rest of your team. There is no in between. That is your responsibility. You want to win games, you want to get 7, 8, 9 kills, you want to do 200,000 damage, kill the destroyers, spot them for your team. After the destroyers are dead, then you can afford to go for battleships and farm 100,000 damage with a single strike, and so on and so on. That is not what you should be doing first things first, thing off, like, the game. Jeez, I mean, at least he's aware, planes exist. That's good. Promising. Don't want to get my planes too close to him. Just in case.
Standing by for instructions.
There's the Des Moines. You always want to keep an eye on the Des Moines and the well, the AX division essentially. And I want to get way clear of that Des Moines, if at all possible.
Destination reached.
Let's see if I can do that.
Mode enabled. Group 3 awaiting instructions.
And again, I'm going to spot the enemy DDs in the cap.
Awaiting instructions.
It wasn't obvious.
Group 8 awaiting instructions.
And the torpedoes as well.
Standing by for
Spotting
instructions.
torpedoes is also something that is very important.
We're under attack. Engaging
But killing enemy destroyers is far, well, if at all possible, that is far more important. And that was a tier 10 destroyer that would have had a hard time, a very hard time, killing if I wasn't assisting with it. No, he's not even placing me. I have a sneaky suspicion that he's not a very good carrier player. Don't know why. No respect to me. Yeah.
Approaching target. Target destroyed.
Nope. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I'm sorry, my friends. Back to go straight again. Now another thing you want to be paying attention to is, have you seen the enemy bombers? Have you seen the enemy torpedo planes? Where are they? What are they doing? I haven't seen any enemy strike planes except for that torpedo squadron. And he fucked up the drop. I doubt he's a civilian account. So respect. The mark right over there. Let's send those guys back. Surprisingly enough, no one actually has possession of any caps. We're capping C, but it's not. Oh, the Minotaur is lit. That's not very good for him. Not very good at all. Instead, that's even worse.
Support that target. Group 2 ready.
So.
Group 5 maintaining
Oh.
course.
Okay. I actually did think he was going for a carrier snipe. Pro tip: if the enemy carrier is paying the slightest bit of attention to what's going on around him, carrier sniping is almost completely impossible. Like it can pull it off, but it's very difficult. The Mossberg does not seem to be AA spectacular.
Engaging enemy.
I'll settle for 12 plane kills. I'll settle for that. Okay. Now let's see if we can light some fires on this curve first. As always, at any tier of carrier, big part of your damage when it comes from setting. I was 4 hits and not a single fire. I am quite suspicious that he actually was on cooldown from his previous fire. If that is the case, he will die. Essentially, if you can get 2 floods and a good that was so fast. Almost clicked and launched that. Too early is an understatement for what I was about to do there. That's what. Oh yeah, 11 hits. That's all the torpedoes that I got off, got in. And he is flooding in 3 different places, if I'm not mistaken. Sounds alright. So he's dead. He still has about a minute on his repair party. So it's ready to go again. And he's probably dead, unfortunately for him, but very nice for me. So as you can see, oops, where are you going? Why are you running away? Why you gotta be like that? Come on. As you can see, after you after you kill the destroyers and after you get your team the spawning they desperately need, like in a carrier, that is your job. Killing destroyers and spawning. Okay, didn't really expect him to die like that. Let me see if I can get a straight one. No? Alright. Straight the other way. I don't want to straight towards that Missouri. And there seems to be some Gumo. Right, now after the enemy destroyers are scattered and I'm not really sure where they are. I mean, I know the Yugumo is here, but he's a long way away. Now I can take my time and go for big juicy targets like this for juicy, very juicy targets. However, I do want to try and protect Micro first. He is Micro first after all, and I like him a lot.
Group 7 taking fire. Group 8 engaging enemy. Group 4 awaiting instructions. Group 8 returning.
Sorry, I had to do some multitasking there.
Engaging enemy.
And yeah, he did. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at the Ugumo! Now, I am unfortunately quite in an uncomfortable position here, and by that I mean I'm the closest one to that Yugumo. Fortunately, he's not really trying to avoid my torpedoes, and that's my third. Is this third? Third devastating strike in this match. Ooh, that Amagi is much juicier than the almost dead Kerfer. So I'm gonna go for him instead of the Kerfers. Let's see. And the enemy carrier, as you can see, is down to half squads of fighters, looks like. Nah, that Amagi is not available for it. Not a good strike. And by the way, it does seem that the Neptune, if any of you guys noticed, the Neptune seems to be AFK. I might even play a bomb on him, torpedoes, but him, you know. I'm actually quite surprised that we're now winning more heavily, considering how well I seem to be doing, like 157,000 damage so far. It's pretty reasonable, pretty good, pretty solid. Let's sit on that Amagi. Did he flood? Did anyone notice if the Amagi flooded? I really should be paying attention to that. I unfortunately failed because I'm crap like that. But as it seems like the enemy carrier is not protecting the Amagi. That's also a big role, but it's difficult to start off by doing all of them. You can, if you're an aspiring carrier player, you're gonna wanna try and focus on one thing, and then like try and only protect. He has the fire prevention. Try and only protect your team at first, and or maybe even going only for damage. That's also a viable tactic. Only do damage and almost ignore your team. And don't really ignore them. If you cannot ignore them, don't ignore them, obviously. But
Engaging enemy.
no idea where I was.
Maintaining present course.
I don't know what that was. Sorry. I mean, that was humiliating. I don't know what it was. But... Okay, the Neptune, as you can see, since he didn't beat all of them down yet, that tells me he's definitely not AA spec. And that Come on. Isn't gonna take much more. That's 2 hits on him. And that's the high caliber. And that's my plane state. Well, they did their part. They did their part. But I'm out of fighters now. That's a bit of a problem. It would have been if I didn't do my job already. Like I said, get the destroyers, spot for your team. If you can, protect your team. I'm not really doing a good job protecting them, considering the fact that this Friedrich just ate some. But he did get saved from the torpedoes from the Gumo, so maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Who knows? Let me just. You always want to make sure you know where your CB is, otherwise you're gonna get fucked by a DB who just snuck around like a sneaky little bugger. Right now I have 2 options. I can spot the Yugumo. Actually, I have 3 options. Right, let's begin with the first option. First option, drop the Yugumo. Second option, drop the Bismarck. Third option, drop the Bismarck and then spot the Yugumo with the spent torpedo dive bomber. I think I'm gonna go with option number 3. Seems to be the best option. And also I want my Kraken, so fuck that. Okay, let's get
Engaging enemy.
German. Oh, he fires, he's gonna burn, he's gonna burn, he's gonna burn. God.
Approaching target.
Come on. Yes! Whack him! And now I can comfortably spot the Yugumo. Yep, there you go. Spot the Yugumo for my team. And they did a very good job dispatching him. And I got my Kraken. Everybody's happy. Everybody's a winner when your CB does his job. Imagine I was playing like the enemy CB, only going for single targets, not going for the strategic targets. I think he only once went for a destroyer, and that was pretty much just because that was the closest target he could go for. That is not how you are. That's not how you contribute to your team's victory. And remember what I said about the CB not being a waste of time? Well, it is if the enemy CB doesn't really know what he's doing. But even if you do pop defensive fire, that does not guarantee immunity from the strike. If I can get a flood, and I can, I zoomed in too much. I misclicked that, but all right. Look at the feed. Look at the feed. It's all me. Oh, and that's gonna be a 7th kill. A 6th kill. Oh baby, yes. I think that was fairly reasonable for a random battle. I never plan these things out, but it seems like whenever I record, it's the best games. Although there are some gloriously wonderful moments, even when I'm not recording and I feel really bad I didn't click the record button and I couldn't like transmit it to you guys. But I'll think you'll be satisfied from this result, and I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you'll learn something. I did try to make this educational. You noticed I tried to make this educational, didn't you? And I think the best education is inspiration. Oh my god, I sound so stuck up, don't I? I'm sorry, I apologize for that, but who doesn't want to get a result like this? Everyone wants to get a result like this, and it's not impossible for anyone. As long as you pay attention and you follow the rules and you go for the high priority targets and you avoid the cruisers and you don't go for targets that are like you don't go for stacked up targets, you don't go for 4 battleships stacked together. You never do that. Always conserve your planes until the end. When you're at the 3 final ships in the enemy team and you still have some reserves, you can spend your planes. You get nothing from having planes left in your reserves. It doesn't give you any benefits. But always conserve your planes. Always go for destroyers if you can. Always spot for your team if you can, and try to protect your team if you can. And that'll be it from me today. Oh, I got some compliments. That'll be it from me today. That will be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.